Well, really, we knew we needed more space, but we had heard horror stories about building homes, people divorcing, because that's hard to build, too many decisions to make and whatnot. And so I think Lucy probably was more inclined to do that than me, but it turned out to be such a positive experience that it's pretty easy for us to recommend. We've just had a ball.
We have.
And we got the home that we really wanted. And so that's very cool for us.
And it fits our entire family, so it's great. They're so good about working with you and letting you, put your personal input, because we had never built a home before. We didn't know exactly the process and how that worked, and how, all the little tiny details, the light switches, all that kind of stuff. But they were so good about, listening to what our thoughts were, as well as pointing out, well, what do you think about this? And so it was a very positive experience. And, and then if we wanted to do an upgrade or, extend a wall or that kind of thing, they were really great to work with. It was a very positive experience.
Yeah, so, that was one of my fears when we were thinking about building was, where do you start? And with Brighton, they've got all these great models already sitting there. You figure what fits the land that you're wanting to be on, and then you just start sorting through all the, and they've already thought through the kinds of stuff that would probably be frustrating, and maybe even places where you'd make mistakes in the building process. They've kind of already thought through it for you, and yet there's flexibility in all of that. If you have particular needs, they've been very accommodating for us.
I'm not the biggest handyman in the world, and so the idea of moving into a house that maybe is a very nice big house, but maybe a little older, and requires some upkeep. I'm not necessarily the handiest of guys to take care of all that stuff, and so the effort that it would take out of me, or the cost that it would take to get somebody else to make the changes that we would want to really get the house that we wanted, we analyzed that situation against what it would just be to build our own house. And so that was one of the major reasons that we decided to build our own house bottom up and get exactly what we wanted from the start, and feel comfortable that we're not going to have to be responsible to fixing things all the time.
Dumping money into something.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of thought it would be fun to do a two-tone kitchen, and so I kind of threw that out at the designer, and she was wonderful. She says, I think that would really look unique. And so, we put the middle section of the hood, we put that a little darker brown. It matched the island that was a darker brown, as well as the fireplace mantle was the same color. And, so there were just little details like that I kind of wanted.
And at the design center, we could lay out all the colors, the carpet sitting next to the hardwood floors, and the hardwood floor sitting next to the cabinet colors and the tile and so forth. And we could kind of mix and match through that entire process until we had fallen in love. It turned out better, really, than we thought it was, and we were already in love with what we had chosen. But,
for sure, because I can't imagine doing this without some kind of a design center where you can totally see the layout of what you're choosing, and so that was extremely helpful and very positive. And
it gave us a lot of confidence when we built, because once we got started, we knew what we were going to get, and it was just fun watching it all come together.
Yeah.
I'd say some of the first steps that we took was researching online, the looks of the home,
the craftsman style, and
the craftsman style, and then also the floor plans, trying to figure out what kind of floor plan we wanted.
Two-story or rambler or back and forth.
And kind of going from there, then I think we actually, made the contact with the home builder, with Brighton, and then started meeting with people, putting things together. But first getting that skeleton of what we wanted, I think, was the first steps.
And then researching online what kitchens we liked, or paint colors, or exterior colors and designs, and we didn't know what we wanted, you know. We're building a home, we didn't realize how many decisions there are. Now we notice every little thing in every little house we go, you know, in every house we go in. But I mean, it's stressful, but honestly, the people at Brighton make as smooth of a process as possible. We met with their design center consultant, and she was very helpful because it's hard to decide paint colors with cabinet and everything to know what goes together. You know, this isn't our expertise, so it was really nice to have someone that can walk us through and say, you know, this will work with this kind of flooring is good for this reason, just background on things that, you know, we didn't know anything about. And she made it very smooth. She made it as stress-free as possible. And so it was a good experience overall. And if we had any concerns with anything, if we, you know, changed our mind and decided, you know, maybe that isn't gonna work kind of with what we have envisioned for our house, they were really, really good about accommodating what we wanted.
Having the theater downstairs, which was fun because he got to kind of design that, so that was...
Well, and when we were just trying to figure out how do we make this the perfect thing, you know, we have a kind of a little bit larger, sort of a commercial popcorn popper, and the idea came, you know, from the people that were helping us with Brighton. You know, let's just have that be part of the cabinet work down there. And so now there's a perfect place for that, and
yeah,
it's just
popcorn popper.
It's like perfectly us, and that's
yeah,
a really neat thing for us and our family.
But I think I mean, I don't know if we're like, you know, most people. We had never thought about building. We had never talked about building. We had never dreamed about building. We just always thought, well, we'd just buy a different home if we needed the different spaces. And there was not anything out there. We looked. There wasn't anything out there that fit our family. And so building kind of was the only option, even though we were like, but we'd heard the horror stories. And so for us to be able to sit here and say, you know, this is a good, positive experience.
My favorite thing about the house is that, you know, this area. It's really, I think Brighton's floor plans are very open. So even though we have a 2-story house, I don't feel like if we're upstairs, we're completely disconnected from, you know, if we're having people over, we're entertaining, it doesn't feel disconnected really anywhere in the house. And I like that the kitchen is connected to the dining area and the family room. So that's probably my favorite thing, is that, you know, we can entertain and have plenty of room. It's very open and inviting.
I guess at the end of the day, the thing that's been really important to us and something that we've really appreciated and enjoyed about the home building process is getting the result that you want. You end up with the house that you were hoping for and excited about, and then you get to live in it. And we are thrilled to be in this house and very, very excited about the chance to grow here and to let our kids get older here and go to school around the area. And,
yeah.
I mean, we really couldn't ask for anything more, and having the benefits of a new house is fantastic.
For us, our home is really the center of our universe. It's where we make memories together. And so building with Brighton has given us a place that we can build those memories together, and we love it.